This is question 8 in a series of videos taking a look at the Edexcel practice papers. Here we're told that Jake is making badges of different shapes. Badge A is in the shape of a trapezium, badge B is in the shape of a rectangle. And we've got these diagrams to help us. We're told that all measurements are in centimetres. Then we're also told that the perimeter of badge A and the perimeter of badge B are equal. That's going to be handy and that will come in useful in a moment. What we're asked to do is we're asked to calculate what the area of badge A is. We're then told here that the area of badge A is T. Work out the value of T. So really we're just finding out what the area is of badge A. Now in order to do that we're going to need to use the formula for the area of a trapezium. So the formula for the area of a trapezium is half multiplied by A plus B multiplied by the height, where A and B are the two lengths in the trapezium which are parallel. So we can see that this length at the top and this length at the bottom are parallel to each other, and they are the lengths that we're talking about when we're talking about A plus B. So it's going to be half of the two parallel lengths added together times by the height. Now the problem we've got with using this formula is that we know the height, but we don't know what the two parallel lengths are. So we're going to come back to this bit of information that we're told here. We're told that the perimeter of badge A and the perimeter of badge B are equal. Now, because they are equal, that means that we can form an equation. We can form an equation by finding out the expression, so by forming an expression for the perimeter of the trapezium and making that equal to an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So let's start off by writing out what the perimeter would be of this trapezium. What we could say is that the perimeter of the trapezium would be worked out by adding all of the sides together. So we can say that this is going to be 3x minus 2 plus 3x plus 1 plus this length at the top, so plus 3x plus 1 plus x, and then plus the other 3x plus 1. So plus x plus 3x plus 1. So that is the perimeter for our trapezium. And what we can say is that that is equal to, that's going to be equal to the perimeter of this rectangle. So the perimeter of this rectangle, again, we'd work out by adding all of the sides together. Now it looks like we're missing a couple of sides, but obviously because it's a rectangle, that length there would be the same as that length on the top. And this length here is going to be the same as this one here. So our perimeter, adding all of these sides together, will give me an expression for the perimeter of this rectangle B. So adding it together is going to give me 2x minus 3 plus 4x minus 5 plus 2x minus 3, I'm going to have to write it down here, plus 2x minus 3 plus 4x minus 5. So we've got ourselves an equation, albeit a slightly messy one. So what we're now going to do is we're now going to solve that. That will give us a value for x. Then we can use our values for x to find these lengths and then consequently find out what the area is going to be. So let's collect these together. We've got 3x plus 3x plus x plus x. So that's going to give me 10x. And then I've got negative 2 plus 1 plus 1. So negative 2 minus 1, 0. So the plus 1 and the plus 1 cancel out the negative 2. So this expression here, if I simplify it, is simply 10x. And then this expression here, 2x plus 4x plus 2x plus 4x, that's going to give me 12x. And then collecting together negative 3 minus 5 will give me negative 8, negative 11, negative 16. So that gives me 10x is equal to 12 12x minus 16. All that's left for me to do is now solve this. So if I take away 10x from both sides and I add 16 to both sides, that means that I'm going to get 16 is equal to 12x minus 10x, which means that 16 will be equal to 12x minus 10x, 2x, and that means that x will be equal to 8. So I've worked out my value for x. I can say that x is 8. So now I can start using this value and putting it onto my trapezium to find out the lengths of those two parallel sides. So x would be 8, then 3x minus 2 is this length at the bottom, x is 8, 3 times 8 is 24, minus 2 gives me 22. So now I can use this formula and I can say that this is going to be half of 8 plus 22, so half of 30, multiplied by the height we're given there, which is 24. So half of 8 plus 22, so half of 30 is 15, multiplied by 24, and so that's going to give me 15 times 24. 15 times 24 is going to give me a final answer of 360. So we're told work out the value of t where the area is t centimeters. So my final answer is just going to be 360.